Hey fam, welcome back to another video of the Radical Living. You already know, we teach you that health is wealth. These are hens that will lay eggs in the future. So these ones, we started them with the chickens at the same time. So these ladies are, I would say, 8 weeks old already. So they start laying at about 16 weeks, so they probably need another two months until we are able to see an egg from them. And you see my buddies over there? Those are the meat chickens. They are getting close to the end. So anyway, today I want to talk about this whole process. If you see my previous videos, you're gonna realize that the idea on this series was to show you how we raise chickens for human consumption and hence for laying eggs since day one. So kind of like I took you along the whole process since day one, from the day I picked them up at the hatchery, and then kind of like the whole process in pasture, the movement, the management, how they grow, and and kind of like what it takes. So I hope you enjoy this series that probably we're gonna be ending in the next 2 or 3 videos, because we're really getting close now to the end of this cycle. But this is how we do it. We go like this about three times a year, because during the summer month, like July, August, we stop because the heat down here in Florida is too much. These ones, they tolerate it better, they more sturdy, but the broilers, the meat chickens, they die when when it gets above 85. That's too much for them. So we don't want to, we don't like to make them go through all that, stress. So anyway, by the way, so this feed that you see here, okay, I made a video before about it, but this feed basically is made of organic, locally grown here in the United States. So anyway, the point is that they cannot live only on, because many people that they are looking for these products, they go like, grain has this really bad reputation, and I completely understand it, because GMOs are all over the place now, and basically everything is grown that way. But like I say to people, the grain is not the problem. Don't be afraid of the grain. Grain is not that evil, it's the way it's grown. You just need to make sure that you are getting good quality grains into your foods, But that being said, feed, that's what we do. But they also, the beauty about raising these chickens in grass and in the outdoors like this is that they get to hunt, they get to eat insects, they get to eat the grass too, And as I said in my previous videos, grass really changes their body composition, It really affects their body profile, their nutritional profile, because when they, like, look at it this way. What animals eat is what you eat. You probably you heard the saying, "You are what you eat." I want to rephrase that and say, "You are what the animals you eat." So whatever they eat, that's what you eat, and that's why when they eat grass, it changes their body composition. The whole thing changes for the chicken and changes for you. So that's how it works. So yeah, the feed that we use is made of grains, seeds, and no soy. It has corn in it, but the thing with the corn and the grains is that today grains has gained this reputation where people think that grains are evil. But what I say about that is not the grain, is the way it's produced, and because we are inundated with GMOs, people kind of like are scared about grains. But this feed, we source it locally. We kind of like build a relationship with the people that produce it for us. It's made to order. It's all fresh, locally grown in Florida. So it is the way it is grown. As long as any grain, even soy, as long as it is grown naturally, like the way it should be, you plant the seed and you let whatever grow without chemicals. The problem is not the grain. The problem is the method, the way it is done today. And that's why people don't want to know anything about grains. But don't be scared about grains. Just make sure that your source is ethical and you can trust it. But talking about that, chickens, they are omnivores, so they can live they cannot live only on vegetable proteins. They need animal protein too, So that's why, some people sometimes ask, oh, but why do you have to feed them grain or anything else than, insects? Yeah, you can feed chickens with meat and they will love it, but they need to balance it out. It's kind of like us, for them to be really healthy and a very well balanced nutritional profile kind of thing, they need to have a balanced diet. And that's why, when you combine the insects they are able to hunt in the outdoors, plus the grass, that we supply them by, I love the way Joel Salatin says it, like, plus the salad bar they get by us managing and rotating them across the land. So we always giving them fresh salad bars, so that's how it works when it comes down to feed. We buy it in bulk, in another video I'm gonna show you kind of like when we get the tote and all the process, because I would say this, right now we are, by any means, we are not like a backyard kind of production. We are kind of like in the middle, because now we can supply to a very nice amount of people in our community, but we are not like a big farm where we can sell, in big amounts. But we produce a nice decent amount at this point, so we kind of like in the middle. So what we realize is that to be able to be sustainable and and to make business sense, we had to buy wholesale in bulk our feed to be able to make it sustainable. So that's why now we're buying totes at the time instead of single bags, because at the beginning we were buying like 50-pound bags, and it's super easy and convenient to handle those bags, but for pricing it's too much, so that's why we have to get the totes. But getting the totes and transporting the totes is another issue or challenge of its own. So yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about the feed, how we get it, why we get it, what quality we use, why we use it, how we use it, and all that, So there you have them. All right, let's move on. So another important aspect of regenerative farming and what I personally fell in love with lately, So you saw it back there, this land is 20 acres, but this area over here, it was kind of like left behind and not taken care of, and that's why, oops, yeah, there's a lot of wind going on today. Everything is kind of like blowing away. Oops. So anyway, continuing here, so the regenerative part of this movement is what I love today. So basically this area over here was all left behind, kind of like we had to improve it, and this is why we bring the chickens and the hens over this side. And to me this is kind of like art. It is beautiful because you take something that is run down and destroyed and you kind of like rebuild it, and that's what we are doing over here. So you see, now all this area is kind of like nice and tidy. We're gonna be working on that area today a little bit more. I'm going to show you how we are going to prepare all this area over here. But that's what we are doing, you know, we are rebuilding all this area, and to me, you know, I love it. So I'm gonna do a drone shot maybe later on today, so you see how this was and how it is going to be when we finish rotating the chickens over here. So as you see all this, mowing it down, clearing it out. But the idea is that all these bushy, you know, all these areas over here, all this is going to be taken care of and kind of like be able to make it look like this. So new grass like this. You see, is what we are looking for, and we'll get there. You know, it's a process, and this is why I love regenerative agriculture, because you regenerate. You take something completely destroyed, run down, you know, dry, no life, and you bring it back to life. And to me, that's beautiful. Let's continue walking around.